Hello, my American name is Dorothy. I am going to tell you what I remember of China and Taiwan. China had been attacked by the Japanese. It was an extremely brutal war. Most of the people that were living in China fought desperately against the Japanese. They did this because the first field of death laid further than the eye could see. And people were just dead. And they just lied there with no one could help them. It was the first germicidal chemical warfare that we know of. I am making this because I just read the article about Taiwan and China wanting to make Taiwan part of China. Taiwan was individually owned. I was the third column leader that met with Chiang Kai-shek. It was very disastrous. There was no place for the Chinese to go. It would have been complete slaughter if the Red Army, had caught up to them and they were tired, exhausted, out of ammunition, etc. Being one of the owners of Taiwan, it was an independent island. The people are Taiwanese. Now, I'm not sure on this part that Chang, I think, was the owner of the other half of Taiwan. And that I am a little hesitant because I have been brainwashed. I was to forget my names, my family, the people, etc., 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 etc. And that I'm very fortunate. My memory comes back at times, and sometimes I had to forget to protect the identity of people that fought for the freedom of not only China, but of Taiwan. And that, anyways, in this meeting, so I don't digress, okay? In the meeting of China, or of Chiang Kai-shek, which was in China, and the third column, which was also myself, there were other people involved, but the most important thing is they were to go to Taiwan to survive, to live. And obviously they have. China was under very dark ages for a very long time. Many people died of starvation. The war was very brutal. Then they had people attack the other people living in China. They called them names, they put them in cages. There was brutality to the point where they took one landowner that I personally saw, and they took the old man who was too crippled to run or anything, and put his sedan chair in a huge bonfire. So when I'm saying there were great brutalities, there were. So this is my input, and I'm going to put this on YouTube, and I'm hoping that there are other people like me. We may be older. We might have started fighting for China, their rights, and for Taiwan and their right to be, and the Taiwanese, which were very nice about letting the mainland Chinese, and many times it would be their cousins, but but still Taiwan was not part of China. Anyways, I would like to say this. I've missed many years of camaraderie with the people that I fought for and that I have loved. So I realize I made this just on the spur of the moment, just having read or seen quickly. I just went into the news on the internet and read about the meeting. I would like the president of Taiwan to be very careful. I love Singapore, but I was brutally attacked in what was like a Singapore type of attack, where one sucker punches you from the front and the other one tries to snatch your throat from behind. This was 10 years ago or 20. But please take care and realize that Taiwan belonged to the Taiwanese. That's why the name is Taiwan. If there are any other people who do remember from the third column marches to Chiang Kai-shek's column, I'm sure we all would enjoy hearing about it. I thank you very much for your time. This is Dorothy, signing off with love.